Alright. Okay, we'll go again. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to another week of Sons and Daughters. Today is a special week because I get to be with my two older brothers and we're talking Thanksgiving. Because it is Thanksgiving
week.
Time.
Yes.
It's that time of year, the time of thankfulness, and we're like, well, what best thing that we could talk about than gratitude, being thankful. But before we go into that, we want to talk about what Thanksgiving is like for us. So we're going to go through. So what would be some of your guys', let's see, what's our favorite Thanksgiving traditions that we do?
Definitely football in the morning.
Yeah,
for
football
sure.
in the morning.
We play every year pretty much, and there's about, how many would you say? Probably around 25 guys, somewhere around there. We split up into four.
And then Austin stacks his team.
Always stacks his team.
Puts all the quarterbacks and fast players.
Hey, next week we're going to talk about the importance of winning, so just stay tuned for that.
He's such a good strategist.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what
it
is.
It's true. It's smart. And then we do the whole, we go around the table, we say what we're thankful for.
That can get awkward.
That can get very
Super
awkward.
Yeah.
You never know what our dad's gonna say.
We're not allowed to even say what he said.
We can't.
Yeah.
We
We can't put that.
Just out of respect.
Yeah, out of respect for him. Okay.
But anyways,
I said something to do with my mom that I didn't want.
Yeah, we're good.
We'll just
stop it there.
Yeah,
That's it.
Sorry, probably said too much.
Yeah. But anyways, okay. So talking about thankfulness and the gratitude, you know, that's such an important thing. And you know, when I think about thankfulness, I always love the scripture that God talks about. Says, "Enter into the throne rooms with thankfulness."
Mm-hmm.
And I think about, for me, every single day when I go out and pray. It can be something as simple as I just go out there and I start just saying thank you. I'm just like, God, thank you for the trees, thank you for the air,
oxygen.
thank you for my life, thank you for my family, thank you for my home. And I just enter in just looking at all of the amazing things that I have. And you know, we've heard Dad say, you know, hey, when you're so focused on the one thing that's being withheld from you, then you're not focused on all the things that God has already given you.
Yep.
So what would be some of your guys' thoughts on thankfulness and gratitude, or just being thankful?
You go first.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend growing up, and he had everything that he ever wanted. He did everything he ever wanted to do, and yet he was never happy.
Yeah.
He was never thankful.
You're not referring to me, are you?
No, and no matter what happened, he always felt like he got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
And you would think that he was growing up having to fight for every single scrap of bread. But the truth was his parents were loaded, multi-millionaires. And yet he was never thankful for anything. And there's this idea that, when we have this, when we get to do that, then we'll be thankful. Then we'll be content. Then we'll be satisfied in life. Earlier this year, I went to Vietnam and I met a lady, and I met her, I talked with her, and I gave her this book.
Yeah.
A book, right? We've got dozens of books sitting in this room.
Yeah.
Okay? I gave her a book and she started weeping.
Wow.
Just weeping, smiling, hugging me. She couldn't stop. She was so thankful. And it was a simple book. Mm-hmm. So it's not about what you have. It's not about where you're at. It's not about what you're doing. Thankfulness and gratitude really is a posture of the heart.
Yeah. It's perspective, for sure.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, I know for me, and just relating to your friend, I am and we've talked about this, very forward type person, very innovative, and so oftentimes I get frustrated because where I'm currently at, I know I should be further, or I think I should be further.
And that's a good trait. You have a dissatisfaction with the status quo.
Correct.
And it makes you innovate.
And it allows me to innovate, but it really means with my personality, I have to recognize, hey, I have a tendency to focus more on what I need to fix or what I think should be fixed, and not be thankful for the many things that are going right in my life. And Alec, who's not here, but he really helped me with this, and he was like, Austin, I oftentimes feel like you're focusing on those 3 or 4 things, like you mentioned, that are wrong in your life, and they're legitimate concerns, but you're focusing all your attention on these instead of being grateful for all the things you have.
And feelings will follow focus.
Yeah.
So if you just focus on things that you don't like or things that could be better about your life, well, your feelings will reflect that belief.
Yeah. And I think thankfulness, hearing what you guys are saying, it correlates right into, it's a byproduct of faithfulness. Because when God gives you something, so when thinking about being sons and daughters of Christ, as you're going through this life and you're trying to fulfill all that God has placed upon your life, you have to be faithful. But yet, in order to be faithful, you have to be grateful for what God has actually given to you and what God has entrusted into you into that season. Because, like you're saying, so many times you can look at other people's lives, you can look at people down the road. You know, most of us are probably younger on here, but you can be looking at their lives and saying, "Why am I not there already? Why am I not doing this? Why don't I have this?" And you're in this position of not being grateful, which then goes down, and you're not being faithful to what God actually has placed inside your life.
Yeah.
So it's a byproduct. It's a direct byproduct.
Yeah.
And so I mean,
so true.
Yeah.
And have you ever tried to have a legitimate relationship with someone and not be thankful for that person?
Yeah, it's tough because you'll just nitpick. You'll just get very nitpicky of everything they do.
It's a terrible experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard, but I want to challenge you. Like, as you're going through school, as you're going through work, as you're going through spending
time with family.
Yeah.
We know families can be dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Our family is dysfunctional at times.
We're definitely not perfect,
Yeah.
but we're thankful for each other.
Yes, there are things we can find.
Yeah, we're thankful for the things that God has given us. We don't focus on the things that are being withheld from us. Yeah. We're thankful for the things that God's given us. It can be hard sometimes, like finding that thing that you're thankful for. Sometimes, like, you really gotta, like, in your mind, you've really gotta focus in. It might be at school, and you've gotta look at your teachers, look at the books that have been given to you, the knowledge that's been given to you, whatever it is, and just find things that you are faithful for. Because if you are not faithful, but thankful for, because if you're focused on the things that are being withheld, you're never gonna show true faithfulness.
And something that really helped me was, I remember thinking, I have to be thankful, and so I would wake up and like try to rattle off like 50 or 60 things I was thankful for, and it became like this list of, oh, what else am I thankful for? And God switched my perspective. He's like, Austin, focus more on quality than quantity. He's like, just think about like 3 or 4 things that when you think about it, it brings a smile to your face, so you're very grateful for. And I'll give you guys some practical examples. One that's very practical is...
You're thankful for your girlfriend?
I'm very thankful for my girlfriend. I have a beautiful girlfriend, and she's super understanding of me. We get along. I love hanging out with her. I'm so thankful for it. Yeah. Another one...
You're thankful for your big brother.
Okay, can I say what I'm thankful for? There's going to be 9 Star Wars in the next 9 years.
Yeah,
like,
that's
9
huge.
Star Wars films.
That's huge.
Yeah, and then another one, which is... I realize, being sometimes a little more introverted... I'm thankful that I have my own room. Like, I have a room, I have my own space where I can think, and I'm very appreciative. I have a bed to sleep in, like, and instead of rattling them off, I was like, wow, some people may not have these simple things that I have. I'm thankful that I don't have to go, like, collect water every day, or just things that a lot of people don't have access to, and I'm like, my life is so convenient. Like, it's so great as is, but I can focus on, again, what I don't have, and just taking the time to really realize these amazing things I've been given, like the quality. I mean, I have these 2 brothers, and I have another brother who's not even here. That's an amazing thing, and I know with my brothers, no matter what, they're gonna love me. And that's an amazing feeling. And if you take the time to like slow down and really feel that thanksgiving for the things you've been given, it'll change your life.
It will.
It'll change. I feel like it'll change your chemistry, because so many times we're rushing, we're anxious. If you just take the time to stop and focus on what you've been given, it'll change the way you feel, the way you view life, all that.
Yeah.
So.
And Paul even writes in 1 Thessalonians 5, he says, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for your life."
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a promise.
I mean, we may not know your full calling for your life, but at least you know that is part of God's will for my life.
He wants us to experience the joy that comes with having gratitude. And the reality is, your gratitude does not have to be confined to your circumstances. I've had seasons that from the outside looked better than others, and I've had to battle gratitude more in those seasons when from the outside it looked like, oh, everything's going right. And so it really is, as you said earlier, it's about perspective. And give thanks even in the challenging seasons, because you are developing muscles. You are developing the capacity to be thankful, to develop character, to do more, to be more.
If you can be thankful in the tough times, the easy times are going to be a breeze. That's the way it is.
And I love that idea that even in the tough times, God's building something.
He's always working on our behalf.
He's always doing something even. And so you can be thankful in that even.
Yeah.
And so, so in this holiday season where you're going through Thanksgiving, just spend some time, really kind of sit back, look at your life and just see what are you thankful for. Like, and it can be the little things, it can be the big things, just figure it out and focus on those things. Be thankful for it because God's wanting to continue and always do something in your life. As you're faithful and thankful in those areas, God's going to continue to bless you. He's going to continue to get more, and your character's going to grow, and all these things.
And your relationships will flourish.
Yeah.
When you're thankful, you're more pleasant to be around, and you'll be in a better position to recognize and celebrate the people in your world, strengthening those relationships. Because when we lose sight of gratitude and we lose sight of being thankful, we become very self-focused.
Yeah.
And it's not very fun being around self-focused people.
No, that is not.
So,
not at all.
Embrace gratitude this holiday season. We love you. See you next time.
See ya.
Awesome.